Hey guys, it's me Meteor, and here we are back for the final time in Kirby Star Allies. We're going to be doing the ultimate choice on Soul Melter. No powers, no partners, no guarding, just pure skill. If you can tell, our health is at half, and the only health we have to upgrade are no longer pet brews, but just small little oranges. So, I'm going to be honest though. If it wasn't for the low amount of health you have, this boss rush, and compared to all the other ones with no abilities, would be a joke. Starting off with Icky Woods though, just start in this little corner here at the top, and wait for him to inhale. I would try to run with that in my mouth, but I'm not sure if you lose speed that way or not. I never really tried it, but either way, it's not going to be too much of a problem. You just stand right here when you start after his whole inhale thing. He's going to start spitting out things, little clouds, and you can pretty much just make quick work of him, and phase 2 immediately. That's it. Real simple. Then of course he goes into phase 2, you can't do any damage to him otherwise, so you have to wait for him to launch all these little cherries down. Inhale as many as you can, just spit him out the best you can. Getting 2 groups of 2 is always nice. Then he's going to start jumping around, I almost forgot this, and kind of right underneath him. That would have been really bad. Thankfully that did not happen. Same strategy though, after he's done jumping around, just stay underneath him, keep inhaling them. And he's dead. And I can do a little dance for victory. I dance on your grave. You see, I'm guarding and dancing after the battle now, because when I used to guard during the actual music, some people thought I was using that for defense. Maybe they're saying that's a joke. I'm honestly not sure. By the way, no guarding except after the battle's done. So, there's that. Next up we have a mini boss rush, our first one. First we have Bonkers EX. He spins around a lot, obviously. Smack that in his face. Smack in his face when he lands. He's going to go into phase 2 of sorts, like a pseudo phase. In which case he's going to bounce around, and one more hit, and he's dead. Grab the little hammer thing, and I would say hit the one there. That way they hit themselves, they spread themselves, if they want them to actually hit each other, not in the middle, but far in advance, so you kind of get behind him and heal him that way, have time to do so. When it comes to Mr. Frosties, you want to go ahead and go underneath them, and then stay right here, grab 1 star, wait for them to go away, hit the one there, then you throw a whole bunch of snowballs at you, inhale them, jump for the last one, wait for them to start running, and hit both of them. It does good damage to each of them, and then if you do it correctly, one of the twin Frosties is already gone. You just have 1 left to go, which will take maybe 1 hit, and that's it. Grab the one you already killed before, and 1 last hit. Nope, didn't do that properly. Wasted time. Doesn't matter. Oh, you're still not dead. Alright then. Now you're dead. There we go. Yay! No problem. Now we have King Dedede. They even got all these little puzzle pieces too, so that's kind of cool. But not really anything crazy. We don't really need them, but no biggie. Alright, King Dedede. This is my chance to beat ya quite easily like normal. Do a little run dive. Thankfully, run dive in this game gives you stars on both opposite ends of you, not just in front of you. That's fine, keep jumping, keep using the pretty cool bounce, and phase 2. Hold on to this until he actually gets his arms. Then we get a free hit on him. Early, then you can do as much damage early on. Wait for him to stop, and then do the 1 hit there. Bounce, hit again. Stand back. Keep hitting him. And now he's in phase 3. Or whatever phase you want to call this. I'm not sure if it's really phases. More like stages. You can also use the food to break the pillars, which is kind of nice to hit him in the process of just side-kicking them. And just smack him in the face. And then from again, and 1 more. Close, but not quite dead yet. If you do hit him one more time, while he's doing a little jump thing, it will go right through him. Just wait for him to land. Aw, missed. Dang it. No biggie. That's fine. I'll go it's the old-fashioned way. I'll just wait for you over here. That's fine. Just grab a star here. Wait for you to land over here, and dead. Hooray! Now I'm gonna Dedede dance. That was terrible. That wasn't even like any type of pun or anything. That was just, it just started with a D, so I thought it would be useful. But it wasn't. It was a fail. A miserable little failure. Got all these loading screens. It's a long time to load these mini bosses. I could just cut those out, but I don't know. Kind of that's a real experience here. If you haven't already guessed it, this is a post-narration, for obvious reasons. Because I can exactly pull this off on my first try. Technically, I do have one that I did do live and narrated. That was, I did a live stream my first initial run with no abilities. That wasn't a very good run, but I still did it on a live stream. You can see in the link in the description if you're really interested in that. I'll give a link to the time and all that stuff, all that jazz. But this here, I did this in my about fourth successful attempt. The previous 3 attempts were not very good. I could have done a lot better on them. Technically, I could have done better on this one in a few areas, but still, not really that big of a deal. Moving on anyway, I kind of missed an entire mini-boss section. Chef Kawasaki, though, just keep your distance. He's going to throw things away from you, a lot of projectiles. He doesn't throw anything right next to you, to except this little pan thing which has to grab you. But as long as you stay away from him, you can easily do some damage. Now for this, you want to kill one of them and inhale the last one because it acts as a double star. Double stars travel, so wait for them to get full health, then launch it and hit both of them right there. Very nice to do damage really early on in the game against both of them. Because in terms of mini bosses you had to fight 2 of, the Vidya is probably one of the hardest ones to take on twice because they both have projectiles and melee attacks, and their range is very wide. So to get rid of them out of the picture as quickly as possible is very, very nice. So yeah, that's a thing. Take him out though, no damage, just be very careful, and that's pretty much all there is to that. Now we have Meta Knight, who would honestly be a joke if it wasn't for his clone ability thing. That kind of makes things a bit more difficult, but not as bad as, say, Dedede clone from the last game. That was definitely far worse than this. He's quite slow as well, probably as slow as he was with his Planet Robot armor. And funny of that, the remix they use here is the same Meta Nightmare music they had there for the last one. Or Mecha Nightmare was the name of that track, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Same track here for the remix. And I must say, that is always a boss remix I had of the Meta Knight's theme. I enjoy this one far more. I like this game of Meta Knight's far better than the one they used in this game for the main one. But that's just me. I think this has more like an intensity to it, personally. I just love this music a lot. Either way, he's not really that hard. Just stay between the both of them. Four only appear if you have 4 players on screen. If you only have 1 player on the screen, he just splits into 2. I don't know why they decided to make that method. That's the only time in the entire game where you really see the bosses change if you have multiple players. Otherwise, the bosses play out exactly the same for everyone. Why did they change it up for just Meta Knight? I have no idea, but maybe if they made it with 4 players instead, and 4 times the same for even 1 players, that might have been an exciting fight. But as it stands, no. You have like way more than enough time to dodge that attack too. Wait for it. 1 more hit. And you're dead. Yay! No damage, baby. Yeah, you look embarrassed. Pon and Con. Oh boy, ready to take on these lovers. Oh, I'm sorry. Goldon and Silvox. Completely different characters. It's okay. First thing you want to do is grab one of those small little babies there at the top, because they give you like a free ammo there. Just make sure you remember them. Keep your distance, be patient. I wasn't very patient in this fight at all, and I kind of messed up a couple times, which you're going to see, and it cost me a lot. There, I legitimately jumped, thinking I would be able to, as long as I jumped into it, I would take no damage, but I was wrong. Here, I just got impatient. I could have just waited for him to make another respawn later, but that was that. Now, what I noticed there, I hit the same opponent 3 times. I was focusing on Goldon. So what I'm going to do is hit Goldon once. That way, you only hit, if you hit him 3 times in the previous phase, you get 3 hits total on the opponents in the first phase. Once you take out, if you take them all 3 on Goldon though, and you take him the next time, that's it. He's gone for the count. You only have to worry about the 1 Silvox, which isn't really that big of a deal, a lot easier to manage. It's a lot easier to dodge one, go in one direction, than it is there, but once again, not really that big of a deal. The only real trouble you'll see is if they come in really fast on the same side as you. But still, patience is the key to this match. Don't want to just jump into things and take damage like I did. That was probably more. I took 2 hits already from this guy, and that was just pure stupidity for one of them anyway. One, I just thought I was able to take no damage, so I just jumped into the enemy. That I was also wrong on. That's my bad. Still, this battle's going on for way longer than I wanted it to. Just wait for it. There we are. And hopefully, nope. There we go. Yay! I was not very happy with the run of that boss, but it happens. I'm not perfect, I don't claim to be, and I ain't no speedrunner. So yeah. Maybe if I had all the time in the world and when I was a little kid and I was able to, you know, do anything I wanted and play video games for like hours on end, maybe I could do a run where I do no damage if I practiced over and over and over. But I don't have that time, and video games obviously don't make a living for me. They pay for my hobby, but that's pretty much as far as that goes. Which isn't bad, honestly. I do like, you know, being able to essentially pay to play games for free, quote unquote. But point is, Kracko, same as he always was normally here. This twin Kracko phase, that things get really interesting. Still doing a dance though, because I can. So there. Technically, this Let's Play doesn't even give me anything because everything's marked for copyright, which is no big deal. Whatever. Stay in between the 2 waterfalls. You honestly can't do anything with Kirby. Just wait. Just wait it out. At the very end, though, grab as many stars as you can, grab it on the opposite end, and launch it back for good damage. Stuck down there. And hit him again. If you stay on the right corner, then a little shockwave damage goes there. Hit the next one there. Stay in the middle. Grab again. Stay over on this corner. Wait for him to come back down. And once again, hit both of them. Now, if you take this one, hit him there, and stay in the middle, and then move to the right at the right opportune moment. Then slide over here, back to the left, grab this chili, bam. Done. Yeah! What do we got left? We got 6 more. Alright, making good progress. Only had to use 1 fruit so far, and that was because I just got really impatient and stupid with Pon and Con. But, whatever. Here we have Francisca, of course. Keep your distance from her. She's gonna slide in, do her little ice things, her little ice jabs, all little slides or whatever. Not really a big deal. Wait for her to come back to the other side, and there we go. Now for this, like I was saying before, get close to her for the snowflake attack. That way you could slide kick right under it, and keep slide kicking, and quickly... I almost got hit there, but I got out of the way just in the nick of time. For this, Also, patience is key. Wait until you spreads out enough, and then try to inhale the stars. Do not try to inhale them any earlier than that. Wait for her to land. Ah. Now for this, I keep on making the same mistake. I keep on mixing up her attack pattern and Flamberge. Francisca, when she comes in towards you with that and she hits the ground with her ice, she does one last swing at the very end of it. Flamberge does a hit and swing at the beginning of it. I keep on mixing them up. But either way, same thing here when she does that. I missed. Crap. Swing, wait for it to go around, wait for it to finish, hit her, jump up a little bit, and rinse and repeat. If you try to hit her and land, you're going to fall into ice. And that's not a good thing. Alright, 5 more to go. It's on for Flamberge, baby. Fired up for this. We're getting close. We're getting so close. Just like usual, save from the corners. The moveset's changed up ever so slightly for the Soul Melter. It's not really too much different, but you can definitely tell that if anything, I think it's just altered what moves and what order they use the moves in. In terms of what the actual attacks they use, I'm pretty sure they're exactly the same. But like here, see if you see that Flamberge, she pretty much doesn't do a one last swipe at the end, much unlike Francisca. So there's that. Now when it comes to Flamberge, she's going to go ahead and try to shoot the cannon, but in this phase, she's going to go turn back around. Stand right here. I was trying to time that where I could hit her twice. It is possible, but I just failed it. Jump up. Jump up again. Jump up one last time. And that's all you can get before the things kind of disappear. The hardest attack to dodge is this one here. You want to slide kick perfectly. But once you slide kick once, that's all you need to do because you just kind of hop back and forth and keep on hitting her with these stars. And then avoid the one last rocket thing right there. And bam! There we go. Flamberge, no damage. I took 1 damage from Francisca, but that was because of that little mistake I made. Not really that big of a deal, but you know what, it happens. Now it's on to Partizan. I just like saying her name. It just has a nice little ring to it, I don't know. Alright, Zan, do your thing. As long as I don't get stupid and get close to you, I should be fine. Which I made the mistake several times, but not this time. Ah, that was way too close there. Once again, she has little clouds in phase 2. Whoa, okay, well never mind. I don't need that star anyway. Alright, now she goes into phase 2. Yep, just shoot your little arrow so I could dodge it and just wait it out. I almost missed her that time, but she kind of phased herself right into the path of fire. That's kind of good. Now, same strategy here. Just stand right about here. That's a safe zone. Just wait. Just brush off that damage like nothing. She's going to try to fire all her lasers, but fail miserably and miss. She's not even going to try to aim. Just going to hit whatever her AI programs her to aim. Stay behind her for that last hit there. And that's all you need. Yeah! 3 more to go. Making great progress. Still only have 5 fruits left. Highness, though, I'm gonna grab a fruit just to be safe, because I can either do really good against Highness or absolutely terrible. It all depends on if I can connect his hits, but we'll see how that plays out in this match. Obviously this phase isn't really too big of a deal, just keep your distance, and just wait for him to spin around, and that's it. It's really easy to do damage because you can heal more than 2 of those at the same time. He does kind of attack a little bit more even in this phase though, which you're going to see very shortly. Nothing really too different quite yet. But just grab as many stars as you can, just launch them back quickly. It's right here where things start to change up a little bit. Like he does it twice in a row. But still, nothing crazy. Until he goes into his unmasked form. Then things kind of get a little bit nuts. He's of course going to throw little sisters at you. Just avoid them. Just floating at the top is probably the best option here. As long as you stay in the corner, grab what you need to there. Just make your time your hits so you go in between the sisters, you should be fine. When you start using them as weapons, stay and keep your distance and float above the fire, wait for it to go away, wait for him to come back at you with the other one, stay close to him, wait again, and then that's it. Then he's going to go into phase 2, which is not too much harder overall. He's just going to go into his friend circle phase. Just stay in this corner, like last time. Really, stay in that corner just completely fine, doesn't do anything. Yep. Wait for him to come back down. I'm just going to hold on to this until I need to use it for later. I'll just wait till you're done with this, that's fine. And I missed. Great. That's it's gonna be good. I'm sure it won't be bad at all. Then you're gonna go into this little thing where you go ahead and make yourself a shield out of them, and you grab 2 at least to break through, and I grabbed 1. Alright, grab 1 again. 1 again. And now he starts going into this, where he starts shooting the large balls at you. That's a problem, because I never practiced for that. If you knock him out in this, if you knock him in the phase where he throws the 3 balls at you, when he goes into his phase after this, he's going to start throwing multi-balls at you. Otherwise, he launches multiple balls like this at you too. And that gets kind of annoying to dodge, and I wasn't prepared for that. I was prepared for 1 attack, and I didn't get the other. Honestly, looking back, the latter attack seems to be easier to dodge, but hindsight's 20/20. I don't even use that phrase properly, but still, it just threw me off guard. Look at all that damage I took at the end, just because of that. Once you mess up, that's the thing about practicing. If you mess up and you're out of sync for one thing, you lose all sight of what you're doing and losing all focus, and you just mess up considerably. That's kind of how I did on that fight. Now, I figured I could easily take on Morpho Knight, no problem, but just in case I decided to go in with full health, just in case. I don't know, sometimes I could depending on how stupidly I played against Highness, I might very well do the same against Morpho Knight. Who knows? I doubt it though, because, well... Oh, you blocked. I don't think I've ever seen you block an actual hit before. Normally you just don't block whatsoever. That's something. Now this attack here is all based on where you are in position. If you are in the air, it's gonna kind of go down. If you're on the ground, it's gonna do like a little hop thing and then come in at you afterwards. Now if he does that little morph 3 times like that, he's going to shoot off 3 of those lasers at you. Otherwise, he just does 1 like that. Now when he does this attack, you want to float up all the way in the air, because if he grabs you, you're in for a world of hurt. He does scoop up slightly higher than Meta Knight does, but still no big deal. When he goes into his Ultra Sword phase, stay on this side, grab them up, and run quickly over to the right side. Wait for it. Wait for him to slam down these swords there. Hit him, grab them again, hit him again. Don't get greedy against those swords, because you will be in a world of hurt as well. He starts going in the butterfly phase kind of thing, where he starts doing this little echolocation. I ran right into you. I thought he was going to spawn to the right of me, but he didn't. Oh well. Therefore, you got your hit in there, Morpho. Now you should feel proud. Good job. You got a hit. Just float up again. That's fine. Now for this, you could very well get close to him, because when it's in phase 2, these little giant head things follow the same pattern. They always go down and dip up and down, so you can just do that and kill him. Yep, I definitely did not need those that second tomato at all. Could have gotten by with just, you know, one tomato in the last round, but that's fine. Who knows how I could have done. Just have a good life, wherever you're gonna go. Whatever you are, it's fine. And now we're in the final section. You get a little cherry in that little box too, with the 2 puzzle pieces. And you have 2 fruits remaining. Isn't that nice? Could have had 3 if I, well, decided to only take 1 last time, but no big deal. That's all in the past, and it doesn't really matter, because I could still do this. Not a big deal as long as I'm at full health. But, being as this is the secret final boss, this is not going to be a walk in the park. Not by any stretch. This is by far the biggest challenge in the game, easily. Assuming you're solo and you have either no abilities or an ability that's somewhat difficult to work with. If you have something like Spark or Hammer, probably not too big of a deal, but still. Even if you can master the weapons, you still have to master the Star Ally Sparkler. Or the whatever crap the thing is called. Now if you will notice, when you press the start, the text is the same. The only real new text you get is from the very last phase, but we'll worry about that later. First punch is the hardest to dodge. After that you should be fine. I seem to always get hit, or at least very often from that first punch, but since it doesn't really do all too much damage, I'm not too worried overall. But we'll see how I worry about that later once I, have to deal with all the other phases. He, of course, throws 5 little light beams at you normally. He normally just shoots off 3. And since I don't have the hammer, I just have myself solo. The actual Starlight Sparkler does a lot less damage, therefore you have to hit him a lot more times. And in this phase, if you notice his little wave effects there, ripple out a lot more. Yes, he has a lot more attacks, a lot more HP, and he's a lot more powerful. Go figure. He is essentially the sole version of the final boss. That's the way these things usually work. Still, you should normally be able to dodge most of those things if you just do a proper double jump. Just be very careful, you don't want to waste a double jump. That could lead you even to more problems. Keep your distance as well in this phase, because once you do that, you can kind of dodge the light beams easier. You can also dodge the little shockwaves easier too. However, once you get him down to 2 bars left, you want to approach him closely. Like now. He's going to start making his weapons, so that's when you want to go in and face him directly. You want to head in right for the kill. Get in behind him as quickly as you can, go around him, get as close as you can to him, so you get around him quicker. If you do that, you can avoid any attacks, no real problem. Just the same strategy you had the last one, really, except, well, if you don't get out of the way in time, the attacks are a lot wider than they were previously. Now he has his little head there, just stay back. Not too far back. He does turn around a lot quicker now, too. But still, As long as you stay to the side of him, stay close to him, you should be A-okay. Don't be intimidated, and don't by any means get right in front of him. That is an asking for disaster. And now we have the first phase inside of him, so let's do this. I'm pretty sure the text here is exactly the same as it is for the last one. If not, I'll post the text at the top. If it is, I'll just continue on and move forward. Now, these things I would recommend just dodging the larger ones, because while you could technically inhale those, you have to super inhale them, which you have to wait a little bit for. I say just wait for the small ones and hit them as quickly as possible. Also, watch out for those little tears, those little teardrops at the top. Just make sure you dodge both at the same time. And once again, just kind of dodge your way out of those. Don't worry about them. Alright. I got another one, so that's all that matters. I need one more hit. And dang it. I was hoping I could get past that phase with no damage. Doesn't even seem we really did much of damage at all, honestly. Look at that. It did like a sliver of a sliver. I think they did like chip damage, if anything. Oh well, not really a big deal. Now we're in the second phase on the outside here, where the music really picks up and gets awesome. In Soul Melter, this phase is amazing. I love this fight. Really, this is probably one of my favorite fights in the entire game, or probably in the entire Kirby series in general, only rivaled by that of Star Drain. This boss, yes, once you learn the pattern, it's quite easy. However, just the whole thematics of it, like the whole theme, the way that each segment of health has its own different attack pattern. It's great. You feel like you're constantly moving around, and really, it makes me sad though, because you look at this fight and all the effort and camera angles you do have with this battle, and this is because they're able to do this since you're only a single player in the front. Imagine how much awesome they could have made the battles if they didn't focus on the multiplayer so much in the other game. But I digress, not really a matter we're talking about. If you notice there, it's really hard to dodge that attack. There are a lot more of them than there were in the previous one. So yeah, just of course, same difference, fly underneath the wing, and just hit him as many times as you can, as quickly as you can. And then just keep moving over to the left. 2 segments are left. And in this phase, he's going to go into his little axe phase, his little Francisca axe, where he comes in at you, charges at you, spins around. This time he's going to spin around twice. So that little double jump you have is quite useful. Make sure you take full advantage of it. Jump over his wing, do a little multi-shot again. And now you're into your final phase, the real phase, where you start bringing out the Master Crown. Look at that, it's all gold glory and everything. It's not even like a hologram, it's like it's gold glory. And boy, is there a lot more to dodge in this phase. I kind of messed up in this phase, as you're going to see here. What I'm supposed to do is jump once after each one. I accidentally did a double jump there, which messed me up and ran me right into another laser. That is really my own fault, but whatever, I can't take that back now. Now here you want to double jump in the right time. If you do it too early, you will run right down and land on the laser. If you do it too late, you will get hit by the laser when it crushes you. When he does a giant laser, just stay over to the right. If you time it correctly, if you do all your charge shots just right as you're dodging, you'll take him out before he goes into the really difficult move pool, which thankfully I did manage to avoid, so that's always a good thing. Now you're in the final phase, the real phase. The secret boss, Essence of Chaos, Void Soul. No telling if it's true, but according to the ancient scrolls, Void Termina may rise again in other forms, depending on whether positive or negative energy is gathered. It seems this being of darkness will wander the galaxy until one day he is reborn into a new existence. When he returns, hopefully it will be as a friend. Huh. That's a little interesting. Either way, just make sure you dodge every single one of these, kind of like a little shockwave. No big deal, just easy to get through that. However, you'll notice very shortly I should have gotten on the right-hand side instead of the left. It's easier to dodge on the right-hand side, but that is my own fault. I forgot all about that. Now he's going to do his cutter thing. Stay close to him, and whoops, I didn't get a single hit on you from that. That's fine. If you launch it up the water, try to hit as many times as you can that way. And, yeah. You'll also notice that his HP is massive. Those stars I shot back at him did almost nothing. Now in this phase, don't fly too high, don't fly too low. Make sure you fly right on the side of him so you don't get electrocuted or hit Void Termina himself. Once you're underwater, get as many hits as you can underwater. It still doesn't do too much damage, but that help that you take away underwater is very, very helpful. Now for this attack, you want to jump over to shockwaves. The shockwaves are huge though, so it's very easy to kind of undermine them. Now we've seen this attack before, but this time he combines all four of them. Make sure you see where they're standing and get in a spot where you think you will not get hit by a spike. We saw this attack before, but it was only 2 of them. This time it's 3. So it's not really too much of a big deal. As you see to the left corner, it's not that big of a deal. Grab 1 star, hit him, and then another star. We're almost halfway there. And it starts going to the multi-laser attacks. This pattern, stay right here. Grab those stars, shoot them back at him. This phase, stay right on the bottom, and in between. This phase, you want to stay away from the bottom, then float to the top, but not too far. I messed that up. No big deal. Cutter phase once again. And now it's going to do the little bouncy thing again. Alright, jump over that. Nailed it. Just to keep your distance. And good. Oh, I didn't really think I was going to run into that, because I thought I kind of misjudged that. No big deal. Water, damage, do as much damage as possible, quickly. Now he's going to do the little spike thing underwater too, which makes it kind of hard to see because it's kind of like ripple effects, those bubbles kind of distracting you. But if you dodge it perfectly, you have a good opportunity to hit him many times with that. Now he's going to go into this phase again, and hopefully you get a good way to dodge that. I got stuck in between 2, which seemed really almost impossible to dodge. Not impossible. There was like a very, very small window for me to dodge that, but I messed up. Now here, I just used the invisibility frames, grabbed one last time, and knocked him out. And that is the end of Void Soul. Yay! Incredible victory! And of course, yes, I'm playing this on my file. I already have 100% on. I already have all the videos. I already have all the puzzle pieces unlocked and everything. So I did a lot. Oh, thank you guys for watching. This took a lot of time. I'm probably not the best run, but still. And I realized I actually did miss a lore piece. I'll put that in the top screen. Whoops, my bad. Either way, I think I'll just finish this off by showing off all of those pictures. I'm not going to talk over them. Let's let you guys listen to the music. Either way, thanks for watching. And of course, guys, that's going to be good game.